Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek. Breaking news, as you may guess from the background and that. Stargate is coming back, apparently. This is, hot off the presses. Well, it's for me anyway. When I heard about it, I was busy doing something else, so I had to wait like an hour or so before I've been able to do this video. But anywho, Stargate is coming back at Amazon, and it's not going to be a reboot. It's not going to be, a totally new thing or whatever, or a continuation from the movie. It's actually going to be a continuation from what we know from SG-1 and Atlantis and all those, with people coming back. Brad Wright, Martin Gero is going to be the showrunner, and other people. But we will have a read about that in a moment. Before we start though, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already, and all that stuff. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch and my books and all that palaver. Right, we'll get on with the story, shall we? So I shall add it if I can get it on there. Right, off we go. There it is. From Gateworld. This is from Gateworld. Amazon Greenlight's new Stargate series. First on Gateworld. Yes, they've just done a live stream. I think it is still going, the live stream, on Gateworld and Dial the Gate. They're all excited about this, and rightly so. This is kind of the biggest Stargate news we've had since Amazon bought MGM. But anywho, right, so a new Stargate series is now in pre-production for Prime Video, with veteran writer and producer Martin Gero at the helm. Darren reports this. Darren Sumner, his name is. So is that where they got the name for Colonel Sumner? Is Colonel Sumner named after Darren Sumner? Because Gateworld were going, wasn't they, at the time? But anyway. Anywho, and there's, yay. I can't wait, I'm dead excited. I hope they don't mess it up if it does happen. There is a future for the Stargate franchise on television. Today, Amazon MGM Studios announced that it has given the green light to a brand new live-action series which will stream globally on Prime Video. Get blooming regular Stargate on Prime Video, not behind some MGM Plus paywall. Get it on Prime Video. In HD, with decent subtitles, crying out loud. Anyway, veteran Stargate writer and producer Martin Gero created the show and will helm it as executive producer and showrunner. Fellow Stargate alumnuses, Brad Wright, or alumni, whatever. Brad Wright and Joseph Malozzi are also on board as producers, which is good news. The series will continue the franchise with the same universe canon and tone that made Stargate a global hit. They also did mention that Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin are also executive producers. Is that going to be like a ceremonial role? Is that just because they came up with the idea? They did the original Stargate movie. But anyway, we'll see. Right, this has been a very hard secret to keep for the last 18 months, but we can announce today that a brand new Stargate series is coming to Prime Video, Gero said. I think it's pronounced Gero. I'd say Gero. And in a surprise twist, here we go. Stargate's original creators, Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, Stargate Independence Day, have signed on if I can speak, I'm so excited. Have signed on as executive producers alongside Safe House Pictures' Joby Harold. I know that name. Don't know where I've seen it. Did he have something to do with Star Wars at one point, or Star Trek? Maybe. They'll tell us there. Look. And Tori Tunnel, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a terrible series. It was unintentionally hilarious. Monarch, I kind of like that series, and a series season 2's coming, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to that. Gateworld managing editor Darren Sumner and Dial the Gate host David Reed, both long-time fans of Stargate, were on hand to discuss the announcement firsthand with the producers. Watch the announcement from Prime Video. Oh, there it is. Shall we watch this? I don't know how long it'll go on for. Let's see.
You guys,
6 minutes. I can't really play it for 6 minutes. It's there. The link for this is in the description. We haven't got 6 minutes, have we? But they are there. Look, and they're going to say. Is he going to say it? That's Martin Gero.
Last 18 months, but we can announce today that a brand new Stargate series is coming to Prime Video.
What?
So there we go. They're all excited. Cool. Right, Stargate's television universe spans 17 seasons and more than 350 episodes, and Prime Video's show will be the first new ongoing series since Stargate Universe took its final bow in May 2011. Jero emphasised for long-time fans that the new series will not be a reboot. It's not a reboot, Jero said, or I should say affirmed. It is a brand new chapter. It's its own unique chapter in the Stargate universe. So I'm guessing it's going to be in the same universe, but we'll have all new characters, and I'm guessing situations as well. Maybe new bad guys, I don't know. We'll see, won't we? We will see. In much the same way that Stargate Universe took place in the same Stargate universe, but because it was so far away from everything we know, it were new bad guys and stuff, wasn't it? But overuse of the communication stones. But never mind, that's a by the by. He also said that their goal is not only to make the show that long-time fans have been waiting for, but also to create a point of entry for newcomers. For us, it's really important to not only have it so that the fans feel like this is my Stargate, this is the Stargate I've been waiting 14 years for, but that a brand new audience can come in without having to have watched 350 episodes of an amazing show, that they can start with episode 1 of the new Stargate show, he said, and then if they love it, then they can go back and watch everything else, which is kind of like what Star Trek The Next Generation did, didn't it? You could watch that without watching original series Star Trek, if you wanted to. Further details on the next series are still scarce, including a title, production schedule and filming location. Casting has not yet begun. A continuation of the existing canon will allow the show to bring back some familiar faces, though the producers aren't willing to name names just yet. I imagine we'll get cameos. We've got to, haven't we, from Richard Dean Anderson and the gang. I bet Christopher Judge will be there. He'll be there. He'll be snapping at their heels with Christopher Judge. So we'll see Teal'c again, I bet. I wouldn't be surprised if Amanda Tapping shows up both in front of the camera and behind the scenes as directing an episode or two, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. They're probably going to tell her. I've not read this article, so we'll see what happens. And who else have we got? I forgot the bloody name now. Daniel Jackson. Him that plays Daniel Jackson. Why am I blanking on his name? Because I'm an idiot. But we'll see if he'll be back as well. But anyway, and others. But we'll see, won't we? Right. There's Martin Jero. Jero was first hired as a staff writer for spin-off series Stargate Atlantis in 2004, rising through the ranks to executive producer while penning episodes like Duet, Be All My Sins Remembered, Sunday, that's a big episode, isn't it, for fans, and First Contact. He also wrote, not Star Trek First Contact, he also wrote for a handful of Stargate SG-1 episodes, a pair of Stargate Universe episodes, and directed the Atlantis episode Brainstorm in 2008. Blanket, I can't remember that one. I probably know if I saw it, but the title doesn't ring any bells. Following his time on the Stargate franchise, Jero worked as a writer and producer for the HBO comedy Bored to Death. He created the CW original drama The LA Complex, never heard of it, and NBC's tempo series Blind Spot, because I've not heard of any of these, followed by executive producer roles on reboots of Kung Fu for the CW and Quantum Leap for NBC. I've heard of those. Brad Wright will be a consulting producer on the new show. He co-created Stargate SG-1 with Jonathan Glassner in 1997, as well as Stargate Atlantis in 2004 and Stargate Universe in 2009 with Robert C. Cooper. After Stargate, Wright created the Netflix and Showcase original science fiction series Travelers, which I never got into, to be completely honest. I think I saw the first episode and I didn't hate it, but I didn't feel the need to continue with it, which is probably my loss. We're going to be able to do things that we could not do in 1997, and even beyond that, Wright said, we're going to be able to do almost anything in terms of visual effects and everything our imagination can come up with now. I strongly feel that fans will watch this show and say, this is Stargate. I bloody hope so. Bloody, there's a lot of adverts there, isn't there, crikey? Steady on. Joseph Malozzi joined Stargate's team of writer-producers in 2000 and wrote or co-wrote numerous fan favourite episodes over his 11 years with the franchise. He then created the sci-fi original Dark Matter with Paul Mully. Dark Matter were really good. Ended on a cliffhanger. Unbelievable. Cancelled on a cliffhanger. Malozzi will also be a consulting producer on Prime Video's Stargate series. When I first joined the franchise in SG-1's 4th season, one of the first things I did was get on social media and I started to interact with the fans, which he does to this day. Malozzi said, and little did I realise that I would be interacting with them for 25 years. And I can tell you that in that 25-year span, 2000 were 25 years ago. Bloody hell. Their enthusiasm for Stargate has never waned. The opportunity to finally tell them Stargate is coming is incredible. It is really exciting. I can feel it in me. I hope I'm not disappointed, because I can feel it in, you get giddy in there, and you can feel it like in there. But anyway, Roland Emmerich directed the original 1994 Stargate feature film, which he co-wrote with Dean Devlin. The two lost the rights to the franchise when investors sold the film to MGM in 1994, and since the television franchise went off the air, the duo have attempted to get their own Stargate revivals off the ground. Devlin is also producing the Sci-Fi Channel original The Ark with SG-1 co-creator Jonathan Glassner. I've not seen that. They were going to do some films, weren't they? They're going to reboot the movies, weren't they? They're going to be a trilogy or whatever, weren't they, of Stargate movies, as kind of a continuation or reboot, but nothing to do with the series, because originally they poured disdain upon the series. I think in the commentary for the Stargate movie, they said, like, there's a TV show now which has nothing to do with us, as though it was rubbish and all that, but it wasn't, because Stargate SG-1 is better, in my opinion, than the Stargate movie. Children of the Gods, in my opinion, is a better film than Stargate. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, having these two join Jero and Stargate's team for the Prime Video series represents a remarkable unification, yes it does, of the franchise's creative talent for the first time in Stargate's 31-year history. There they are. That's Roland Emmerich. That's Dean Devlin, not Harry Kim. More adverts, blimey. Oh, there we go. That's there. Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich at the 37th Saturn Awards in 2011, if you get past the commercials. The news finally answers the call that Stargate fans have been rallying around for years since Stargate Universe went off the air nearly 15 years ago. Will it tell us what happened to the Destiny crew? We will see, won't we? Following MGM's, because apparently they have got a pilot script written, and I'm guessing approved. Following MGM's 2010 bankruptcy, the studio's new owners showed little interest in reviving the franchise, save for a short-form web series produced in 2018, which was Stargate Origins, which isn't that bad. It's a bit goofy, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as everybody made it out to be, and it's a nice little thing that you can watch, and it is official canon as well, by the way, that you can watch and not worry about it, really. It's fine. Anyway, Wright himself later penned a pilot script for a fourth series, but it failed to advance after the COVID pandemic and MGM's sale to Amazon. Amazon acquired Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and all of the studio's assets, including the Stargate franchise, in the spring of 2022 for a bargain price, in my opinion, creating the new Amazon MGM Studios. Excuse me. Prime Video will also give the Stargate franchise its first global simultaneous release. Previous shows in the franchise were distributed to various cable and broadcast outlets in different countries with differing contractual arrangements and release strategies. Crikey's long sentence. Leaving viewers in some countries weeks or months behind on new episodes. Amazon's streaming service is in more than 240 countries and territories around the world with science fiction and fantasy series, including Fallout, The Expanse, The Boys, and Lord of the Rings of Power, which is poo, but never mind. But Fallout were good. I enjoyed season 1 of Fallout. And I like The Boys, even though some people don't like The Boys. It does hate men, but it is kind of fun and gruesome. But too much Jimmy Riddler gore in The Boys and its spin-off series. But The Expanse is good, apart from that one series that went a bit, woke. We'll say that, won't we? Everything went woke for a while, didn't it? And The Expanse was no exception. More adverts. Oh, there we go. Jero told Gate World that he wants to keep fans informed about what is happening behind the scenes of Stargate as the show enters production, including a stack of concept art he's eager to share. I think what's amazing about the Stargate construction is that it takes place today. It takes place on Earth, the Earth that you recognise. But yet this gateway to the stars allows us to tell these amazing stories with epic scope, incredible sense of humour. That's one of the key things for Stargate. That's why a lot of people didn't like Stargate Universe to start with, because it didn't have the Stargate sense of humour. SG-1 and Atlantis, they had the serious bits, obviously, but they did have, humour. The new went to lighten it up, and Stargate Universe learned that too late. Sense of humour, and again a sense of presence in the real world. Gate World will continue to cover the past, present and future of Stargate, now in our 27th year, so keep your chevrons locked here for the latest. For more conversation on this breaking news, check out our live stream, which is down there. There we go. Probably not live now, but it was earlier on because I was watching it. What do you think of it? I'm really excited. That's what I am. That's how we left Stargate, with what's his face, David Blue. I'm blanking on names again, aren't I? Eli, there we go. David Blue's Eli, looking out. He'd put all the crew of Destiny into suspended animation, stasis, whatever you want to call it, because they were moving from one galaxy to another, and it was going to take them 3 years or something like that. But he had to stay awake for some reason, because I think there were the one pod short, so he volunteered to not go into stasis. But they did continue it in the comics. I don't know if the comic is going to be canon, because they didn't stay in stasis for very long, because Eli found some ancients elsewhere on Destiny and woke those up, and then stuff happened. But anyway. But there we go. So Stargate is coming back, apparently. New series, Greenlit, headed by him, Martin Jero. I said we've got the familiar faces from TV Stargate coming back, as well as Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin. I think they're just going to have like a ceremonial role, I think. Yeah. I'm excited, and I hope they don't drag the feet again. I hope now the ball's rolling, they're going to get on with it. We'll get casting news soon. We'll get news of when they're going to start building sets and stuff like that. Will Stargate Command still be in Cheyenne Mountain? That's the question, isn't it? In the live stream, one of them said, I can't remember which one, said, will the Air Force not be in charge of Stargate Command anymore? Will it move to the United States Space Force? Who knows? But apparently they are headquartered now, apparently. So I don't know if it's true or not, at Cheyenne Mountain. So I don't know. But we will see, won't we? Hopefully news will come out. But it is really exciting. And to tell you, I'm feeling a little bit giddy. I hope I'm not disappointed. But we'll see. I'm sure there'll be lots of videos from other people with more information about this than me, and look out for those. But I'll keep an eye on Gate World for all the latest news, and we'll see what happens, won't we? Right, so we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. It is exciting. Right, so Stargate's coming back. Yay! Can't wait. I'm going to have to break out my Stargate cosplays now for reviews and stuff, if I can get to them. I know where they are. They're in a wardrobe upstairs in my room, but the wardrobe is blocked off with just bags of clothes and steps, fold up steps and stuff like that. It'd be a pain to get into them. If they still fit me, they may not fit me anymore. Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, and wherever you are, look after each other, and until next time, I'll see thee, open the gate, etc. Chevron 7's locked. Sorry, going now. Bye.
That old Yorkshire keep with stories to